Hey guys, and in this video I'll be comparing these two LEGO TIE fighters. The one on the left came out in 2012 and the one on the right came out in 2018. And this isn't going to be a comparison of like the entire set, including the minifigures and talking about the set value, since both of these are now retired. So if you want a TIE fighter, you have to go on eBay, and you're going to be looking for the TIE fighter that looks the best, not based off of the original set value. So in this video, I'm going to be focusing on the builds of the TIE fighters, trying to figure out which one is the better TIE fighter model. Alright, so I'll just give you guys a quick overview of each of the models to start. So here's the 2012 one, and right off the bat, I'll say this is still a good looking TIE, even though it is 8 years old at this point. It does use definitely older techniques, older pieces. You can see like here, it's just more blocky than the new one, which I will show you in a minute. Like here, especially with the wing connection, you can see it uses a lot of these inverted slopes and just very blocky. And it still looks good. It definitely still looks good. But again, it is more rectangular than the new one. And if I spin it around, you can see on the back, they did try to like round it out with those pieces. But then again, on the sides, you have just more kind of blocky design. And on the top, you can see you have this printed piece right here, which looks pretty good. And then the cockpit is a printed piece. It's the big old TIE Fighter cockpit bubble. And this flips up, and then the top also flips up, and that gives you a look at the cockpit. You can see I put a TIE pilot in there. That is one that came with the set. And there's just a small little control panel, and he also gets a chair to sit on. So it's pretty small space, but it is a TIE fighter, so I'm not expecting a huge interior. And then as for the laser cannons, it's two flick fire missiles. You can see you can flick them on the end here. I'm not going to do that, but just a little bit of a play feature right there. And then moving on to the wings, they are identical. And then if you're looking at this side, I do really like the way that this looks. I think that this is a good design for the TIE Fighter wings. I like the use of this piece right here for kind of the light gray stripes. And then I do like the mix of studs and then flat tiles. I think it looks pretty good. There's a little bit of detailing right there. And overall, I feel like this TIE Fighter definitely looks good, especially considering that it came out back in 2012. Alright, so right off the bat, you can tell this one is definitely newer than the old one. It's 6 years newer, 2018. And just like the entire middle section here, it just looks so much better. It uses a lot of more modern elements, and it just creates a much better shaping for the TIE Fighter. Absolutely love the way that this looks. You have an updated version of that same print on the top there, and you can just see great parts usage along the side to create like the arms of the TIE Fighter. It uses this newer windscreen piece, and I really like the way that it looks, and that can flip down, and then this top part flips up. And you can see we have a spot for the TIE pilot in there, and there's also two clips so you can store a blaster and binoculars. And then the battle droid torso is used for like the little control panel area. So again, not much for an interior, but again, it is a TIE Fighter, so I'm not really expecting too much. Flipping it around to the back, you can see they pretty much use the exact same design for this back area. And then I guess these are supposed to be like engines right here, just a little bit of detailing. And you can see there are spring-loaded shooters on the bottom this time, instead of the flick fire missiles. And honestly, I think I prefer the flick fire, just since there isn't these big tails sticking out the back, but it's not too big of a deal. And then looking at the wings here, it's pretty similar to the 2012 model. It uses the same kind of like exterior outline. And then the sides are actually the same, the way they built these sides of the wings, but they kind of changed up in the middle here to use less of this tiled piece. And honestly, I think it looks good. I can't really say I prefer one or the other. I feel like both look good for what it is trying to be. Alright, so bringing these two side by side, there is one major thing that I want to discuss with them before I get into more finer points and which one I think is better. And that is kind of the stability of the model and like how the wings are connected to the main body. On the 2012 one here on the left, the wings are connected with a few studs, you can see with the inverted slopes. But then there are two Technic pins and a Technic axle. Whereas the 2018 one here, there are some clips on the inside, which you can't see. And then also two like ratchet joints. There's one on each side of the tie. And basically both are good connections. Like the wings aren't just gonna like magically pop off as soon as you pick it up. But one is definitely stronger than the other, since if I take the 2012 one here and shake it, you can see the wings are definitely moving around there. So they're a little loose, like they're not just gonna pop off, but they are definitely loose and you can hear it shaking around. Whereas the 2018 one, if I shake it, The only noise you hear is the minifigure shaking around because there's no studs in there for him to be held down. But the wings aren't shaking around and they stay in position, so the wing connection has definitely been improved from the 2012 model to the 2018 model. So in that point, the 2018 one definitely wins. Alright, so which one's better? It's a bit of a tough call since both are very good. I think the 2012 one definitely suffers from just being older, not having modern techniques or pieces, and the 2018 one definitely benefits from having those newer pieces and building techniques. So I feel like both are good, but the 2018 one definitely edges out the 2012 one to be the best TIE fighter, simply because of how good this middle section looks around the cockpit. So basically, if you're in the market for getting an Imperial TIE fighter, I would say go for the 2018 one. Unless you see the 2012 one like really cheap, like if you see the 2012 one for like $20, $30 used, or I mean if you can find it for that cheap seal, definitely that's a great deal. But I got my 2012 one for $20 with 2 of the original 4 minifigures, and I think that was a great deal. I love the set, it's a great looking TIE. But the 2018 one, it looks so much better. I just think overall it is the best LEGO TIE fighter that LEGO's done, barring the UCS version from 2015. So overall, if you're in the market for a TIE, definitely recommend the 2018 one, but the 2012 one is definitely still a good TIE, but overall 2018 is the winner. So that will do it for my comparison of these two LEGO TIE fighters. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like on the video, and feel free to share your thoughts on these TIE fighters by leaving a comment down below. Let me know which one you think is better. And if you guys really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing if you want to see more comparisons and other types of videos from me. And that will do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.